Hi, I'm Noah Tebow from BCA Church with an honest discussion on dependence. So, for the past year, I haven't had a car. I'm not working, I'm going to college, and I have no car. Simple as that. I can't go out to get food, I can't get groceries, I'm stuck in my apartment all day long, and it sucks. And even going to church sometimes can be a big problem because most churches are outside of my ability to walk to. And it just makes everything 10 times harder. And some of you watching have probably been in that situation where you don't have a car and you have to rely on public transit or walking or a bike or some other form of transportation that might not be as reliable, might take a lot more time to figure out and schedule, and it just makes life so much more frustrating to deal with when you don't have that independence and that self-sufficiency to go out and do what you want. And Galatians 6:2, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. See, in this period of time where I had no car, I had a friend. His name's Xavier. If you're watching this, shout out to you. And he did have a car. And he has been there for me these past few weeks to help bring me to the places that I need to go. He brings me to church and he takes me out. And he's been a person who's been able to help when I'm in a dependent place. And same with my parents. They allow me to use their car and they allow me to have some semblance of independence. And my point in all this being is that it's important that we as Christians are willing and able to pick up those who are in our church and in our community who can't help themselves, who are in a position of dependence. Maybe they need a place to stay for the night. Maybe they need a ride somewhere. Maybe they need any number of things that you might be the only person who can help that person physically meet the needs that they need to meet. And it's a tough place to be in, and it can be embarrassing to ask for help. It can be frustrating when you can't do what you need to do. And I encourage you to A, be willing to ask for help from somebody if you're in a position where you need it, because there's no shame in saying, hey, I can't do this myself. And B, be willing to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I will pay for a meal, or I will give you some money for the bus, or I'll give you a ride, or whatever it is. Be willing to physically lift up the burdens of your fellow believers and people in your church and in your community and your neighbors, so that we, just like Jesus, can be helpers of the world and servants of the people and can lift up the burdens and be the Christians that we are called to be and help those who need it. For full-length sermons and new content daily, visit bcachurch.com.